Okay, so I went back. I don't know what happened. That was insane. Technical difficulties. I don't know why. Mike, why would it have cut out? That's bizarre. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to wait like 3 minutes for everyone to jump back on here. Hope you guys drink some wine in the meantime. I definitely did. I was like in a deep sweat. I was like, holy sheesh. Okay, cheers.
Let's wait for everyone to get back on.
Mm-hmm. Yum. Okay, cooking with wine is like the best. All right, Mike, is someone jumping back on? Everyone good?
I think we're good.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. I hope you're all okay and that we didn't ruin anybody's food. Is everyone good? Is everyone's quinoa cooking? Look at this, we're almost set here. Okay, you know it's done when you could tip it to the side and there's no water left. A few more minutes and then we're gonna be done. So let it keep going another minute or two. And then we should be good to go. The potatoes are cooking. Meanwhile, let's get started on the salmon fish sticks. Is everyone good? Are we all set? Are we all happy? All okay? All good? Okay. Man.
I think we're good. Kayla,
Internet,
Kayla
annoying.
LLC is asking, I have tons of panko left over from the fish. Anything to do with it?
Okay. Well, someone on the Facebook group was actually saying they took the panko and they made these like yummy like little fritters. They added some egg to it. They said it was so good. So you can do something like that. Yeah. Or you can, yeah, I mean, you stuck fish in it, so I wouldn't save it for anything, unfortunately. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Salmon fish sticks. Here we go. So olive oil spray or any kind of spray that you like. I'm just going to spray my baking sheet. I said to use 2. But I'm just using 1 extra large one. This one I'm obsessed with. It's the USA brand, USA Pan, what is it called? USA something. And I have it linked in my Instagram highlights. So those are there. It's my favorite, extra large. So good. I have the chicken cooking in the oven at 400 degrees. The timer is going to go off in like 10 minutes. So the boneless, skinless chicken breasts are going to be done in that time. And then the other chicken is covered. I'm going to be cooking an additional 20 minutes or 30 minutes or so until fully cooked. All right, so we have salmon that I've taken the skin off and actually cut it into these long kind of fish sticks. Hold on, I forgot to season my flour. So hang on 1 second. I have a little bowl here with flour. I'm using whole wheat flour tonight. I have my panko breadcrumbs here. And you could put your Parmesan, mix your Parmesan in. I'm just using a straight up panko. I didn't even measure, I just threw it in there. But you're supposed to be mixing it with Parmesan. I just couldn't find today, and I figured I'll just leave it out. And egg here.
Okay, a couple questions. Do you feel like the fish would work if you would pan fry them?
Oh, totally. Yum.
Okay.
Yeah, anything is better pan
fried.
fried.
Mostest.
Yes.
Then Erica Grimaldi is asking, does the extra large pan fit in the standard oven? I assume
Yes.
yes.
Oh, it's the best. I literally do like my entire weekend prep on here because I just roast a ton of things, and you're good to go. It's just like a really nice large pan. It's awesome. So I'm just going to take each little piece of fish and just coat it in the flour. Just like a little dredging station. Then you go right in here to the, try to shake off as much as possible, stick it in your egg, and I've whisked up a few eggs here with the, with a little bit of water, and that just kind of helps make it go a little bit longer, a longer way. And into the panko, and give it a little turnaround in here. So if you're using your Parmesan in here, you're gonna love these. They're so good with Parmesan because it adds that little saltiness to it. Parmesan is my life. I'm obsessed with Parmesan. My favorite cheese ever.
Any questions while we're
Yeah,
dredging?
if you guys have any questions, if you are actually dredging right now, you probably can't ask any questions. But if you are not dredging, feel free to ask any questions. If you're just tuning in now and have no clue what we're doing meal prep. This is the 3rd week. So it's week 3. 10:21, and we are prepping for the week. So we do these live meal preps every Sunday. We go live right here. You subscribe at prepandrally.com and you get access to all these printable PDFs, which I will pull up in a minute, but I have to put my password in.
Shelly Weinberg is asking, the potatoes are still supposed to be boiling, correct?
Yes. So leave those in there. I'm going to test out a small one soon and make sure the small ones are good to go. If you have all the same size potatoes, they'll cook at the same time. If you have like mine, which is kind of annoying, they're all sort of different sizes. Test the small one first, pull out the smaller ones as they're ready, and let the bigger ones go a little bit longer. Okay? Boop. All right, so we're going into the egg and then into the panko mixture.
And what did you season the flour with?
So the flour is a little bit of salt and pepper. You could do a little bit of garlic powder in there, paprika if you'd like, totally up to you. I just did a little bit of salt and pepper for right now. You could also use seasoned panko breadcrumbs if you like, or you could put in that Parmesan like I suggested in the PDF, which is so good and it makes them all cheesy and salty and yummy.
E.S. DeWick is asking, if you're not cooking it tonight, do you still spray the fish sticks with oil before you put it in the fridge?
I usually do, just so that you're ready to go and you can just throw it in. One less thing to have to do the next day. So I always spray the bottom and I spray the top. Even if I'm using parchment paper, I'll spray the parchment paper and I'll spray the top of the fish itself so that you get a nice crispy exterior on both sides.
Kayla
Right.
LLC did this with her kids and husband this afternoon.
Yes, love it, amazing. That's so cute. I always said it's so much fun to be able to do with your family or do with your spouse. We have a bunch of people doing it with their spouse tonight. You know, John and Lisa, big shout out to you guys again. Doing it together, love it.
Gina Hathaway is asking, how about adding nutritional yeast?
Oh, you know how I feel about nutritional yeast, Gina. You know that, okay? I love it. So yeah, if you are vegan or if you want to keep these dairy free, by all means, add some nutritional yeast in there. I ran out from last week's meal prep and I have yet to buy new ones, so I need to replenish.
Erica Grimaldi is asking, what other kind of fish besides salmon could you sell?
Tuna works really nicely here. Halibut, I'm obsessed with halibut. It's just a little bit on the pricier side, but so good. Those would be my top recs. Actually, I mean, sole, you can really do with a lot of different fish. I love breaded sole. I find breaded sole to be so yummy, but it's just a longer and thinner piece of fish. So it doesn't work as well for like a nugget. These are more like dippable nuggets that kids love and adults love. But I would say it's still a really great fish to use for just like a nice fried fish.
So again, this is salmon with flour, eggs,
panko, all the good stuff. And again, you could use any flour. If you're gluten-free, you could do a gluten-free flour. This just really helps everything stick to itself. So like you're going in the flour first to get all kind of like that moisture from the fish, and then the egg sticks to the flour, and then the panko sticks to the egg, and then the oil sticks to everything and just makes it so yummy. And then you stick it in your mouth and you're just happy.
Blake,
So
Blake
good.
989 is asking, how much nutritional yeast would you put in if you're not putting in the dairy?
You could even just do the same amount, as much as you like. I love that flavor. I mean, you could really do as much or as little as you like.
Check your printable PDFs.
Yeah. Yep.
For all the measurements.
Totally. You could do whatever amount you like. I happen to love that flavor. It's always funny at the end whenever you're dredging things with like a tongue, because you just keep coating and then recoating and recoating, and you end up with like a big old coated little utensil here. Any questions?
Proof I Can Cook is asking, would cornstarch work instead, or a gluten-free flour?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. I would go gluten-free flour. You could do any, but I would do gluten-free flour. That totally works. Also arrowroot. I've been using arrowroot a lot lately in our pancakes. We made the best pancakes this morning. People always ask me what our pancake recipe is. Mike, do we have a recipe?
It is different every single day.
Kind of makes it fun. It's kind of like going to Nordstrom Rack. You never know what you're going to find. It's like every morning we wake up and we use like different things depending on what we have. Whether we have like bananas that are going bad, we'll smash those, but then Mike doesn't eat them. Lately I've been using arrowroot, egg, a little bit of almond flour, peanut butter powder, making like a different concoction every morning, and it just keeps things fun and interesting.
Two things. Babyface Kayla, check out prepandrally.com where you'll see all the ingredients.
Yep.
B. Sakal is asking if you can leave out the egg.
Leave out the egg 100%. Hold on one second. I'm taking my quinoa off before I forget. Pulling it off to the side. You see how amazing and fluffy and beautiful it is? You may all be all like foggy on you, but see that? So I'm leaving it to the side for a second. I'm going to take it out of there and put it in a storage container soon so it doesn't keep cooking and getting mushy. But yeah, what was the question? Sorry. Can you leave out the egg here?
Yeah, here.
Um,
Is it combined with the panko?
I would use something. I would use like a flax egg. Have you heard of a flax egg? It's kind of weird. But if you mix ground flax seeds or ground chia seeds with water, it kind of creates this almost like eggy, like sticky consistency. And it's a great way to get things to stick to it.
Bisa Kalza is also asking, would oat flour work?
I love oat flour. Yeah, totally. Oat flour can work in place of regular flour whenever.
Lisa, stop talking about John's chili.
Oh my God, John's chili, stop. Okay, guys, John. John makes the best chili. Seriously. John, you're gonna make me chili one day. John makes the best chili. Okay, here we go. So we have our fish over here. I'm just spraying it again. You could use a regular olive oil, but what I love about using spray is that you're evenly distributing and it's just easy. Okay, and that's it. You're gonna cover this tight, stick it in the fridge, and bake it fresh tomorrow unless you wanna bake it now. Totally up to you. I'm gonna put it off to the side for now. Chicken is cooking nicely. If we want, we can test it with a thermometer to see if it's cooked, and then we're gonna check on our potatoes. Whoa, hold on a sec. Okay, so I've talked about this instant read thermometer. It's so inexpensive. Go on Amazon, just type in instant read thermometer, and this will come up. That's exactly where I got it. So stick this in like the thickest part of the chicken. You want it to be around 160 or so, because then once you take it out of the oven, it'll end up being 165. So here we go. We're up to 157, 162, 163. Beautiful. Okay, we're totally done. So I'm pulling these out. These are completely cooked. You don't want to overcook them, which is why it's so good to have one of these thermometers, because you may not know if it's cooked or not, and you'll keep cooking it, and then you'll dry them out. So this is perfect. They'll stay nice and juicy and perfect that way. Turning my timer off, and then turning it back on for an additional 25 minutes or so for the rest of the chicken to keep cooking while that cools, okay? Good? Is everyone good?
Yep.
Yes? Everyone's happy?
So what do we have left?
Okay, so let
Wanna
me just give a
test the
quick
potatoes?
little like restaurant wipe. Yeah, I'm gonna test the potatoes in 1 second. We're gonna do, once the potatoes are ready, we're gonna pull those out, and then we're gonna throw our eggs in there, and while the eggs are cooking, then we're gonna work on our 2 sauces, and then we're done. Crazy, right? So the sauces that we're making, again, my little towel and my garbage. I told you, it's amazing. Got panko all over. Okay. And now I'm not going to use this towel anymore. So, here we go. All right, so let's first test the potatoes, and then we are going to make our little sauces. Everybody good? Are we feeling good tonight?
Should you keep the quinoa uncovered?
Yes, definitely keep it uncovered. Let it cool. You could put it in a storage container right now, which we'll do in a minute after we test the little guy.
Test the big one.
We could test the big one. We want to make sure the little ones, though, are not overdoing it. Hold on 1 sec. All right, so just make a little pierce in it. Yes, beautiful. Okay, the little ones are done. Now let's just see if the big ones are done. And if that's the case, then we could just pull them all out. Yep, beautiful. They all pierced nicely. I have these, I think these potatoes are so pretty. These like tricolor ones, these purple Peruvian ones. If you have not seen them in the stores yet, look for them, because a lot of stores have them and they're so delicious. I turned the fire, oh hold on, let's leave the fire on 1 second, hang on. Keep your fire on, because then we're gonna put our eggs in that same water, all right? So we're not waiting for the water to boil 3 different times. Same water, 3 things.
Kayla LLC is your best salesperson.
Love you, Kayla.
She's saying all the reasons why people should subscribe. And,
Oh, love
and
you.
Kuchki is saying, can you go to her house and do it for
And
her?
not anymore. Deanie used to deliver, but I don't anymore, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
I would say talk to the people that are doing it now. It's so easy to prepare for the whole week. It's just
so
an hour of your
easy.
time.
Yeah, it's really easy and it saves you. And I came up with this because I personally needed it in my life to create calm and so hot to create calm and peace in my life. And I'm a working, busy mom, and I just needed to know that dinner was ready every single day. I don't think people realize how much stress it creates for the week, and how much time it takes to create the menus and actually cook the food and go to the grocery store 10 times. It's a lot of effort that is so unnecessary when it could be done easily. And instead of takeout, which is expensive and unhealthy, here you're making homemade food, but it's done in a fun way and it's inexpensive, and we're saving hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars on groceries. Trust me. So try it for a week. It's $11.99 for the month. You go cancel anytime, but you're not going to, because you're going to love it. So eggs are in here. Fire is up to high again, and we're just going to boil these for about 8 minutes or so. The water's already hot, and then we're going to pull them out and we're going to shock them as well, or just put them under cold water. Okay, quinoa. Let me just grab a little bowl for that quickly, because it's good to get that out and start cooling. Right? Because also we want to make sure that once we're done with our prep, we can easily get everything cooled to room temperature and then get to bed, right? So Let's get it out of the pot so it can start cooling and so that the quinoa doesn't keep cooking in here and get mushy. So, here we go. All right, quinoa trick. Let's see how we did. Ta-da! Okay. Guys, I'm like a walking ad for quinoa. I love quinoa. I didn't realize how often I use quinoa in my meal preps. If you, for some reason, are not a quinoa fan, first of all, you may be once you do my trick because it's so much better. But you could also usually substitute rice for quinoa anywhere. So like in the quinoa spinach bake at the end of the week that we're doing, you could do that with rice. Any grain bowl, you could do rice. So yeah, can you imagine how gross this would be if there was an extra like half a cup of water in here? Look how fluffy and beautiful that is. It does not need any more water. How come the quinoa people cannot get it straight? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
So what's left? Just
all right, so
2 sauces?
woo, 2 sauces. And we did. And we're gonna take our eggs out and the chicken's gonna come out in a few minutes and that's it. So easy, and we're gonna have so many amazing meals for the entire week. So let's put this here. I'm gonna bring my prep and rally board back. Guys, do you all want a prep and rally board? How cute is this? My dad made this for me. I love you, Daddy. My dad needs to get on Instagram. He like doesn't even know what I do on here. I'm like, Dad, you gotta get an Instagram account. So cute. Okay, so the first one we're gonna make is our, let me log in here. Everyone take a sip of wine, okay? Cheers to 2 dressings and being done, right?
There are a few people that want a prep and rally cutting board.
Amazing, seriously, if you want one, message me. I could see if I could hook you up with one. To put my dad into business. Okay, here we go. So the first dressing we're gonna do is the Tahini shawarma dressing, okay? Now I'm using an immersion blender. So we have him plugged in, ready to go. If you don't have one of these, you could use a food processor or a blender. If you don't have one of these, they are so cheap. I recommend buying one, especially if you're prepping with us every week. We use them all the time, and it makes things so easy because you could just blend directly in your storage container. Like you save on so many dishes. So smart.
Joanna Stauber from Rio de Janeiro is asking
Woo!
about the ratio for quinoa.
Hi, Joanna. Okay, yeah. So this is my little trick. It's 1 cup quinoa to 1 3/4 cups water. Normally the package will say 1 cup quinoa to 2 cups water. Do 1 cup quinoa, 1 3/4 cups water. Quarter less water. Your life will change.
All right.
Okay. So.
He wants not only for you to deliver the food, but also for you to deliver the wine. Don't be greedy.
Oh, I know. I love a good wine. I'm looking to get a wine cooler soon. So if you guys have any recs on the best wine coolers, please send me links because I want to purchase one. Because there's nothing better than good wine, but good wine that's chilled to perfection. So we have our little tahini here. All right. You could always add more if it becomes too liquidy. You can always add more tahini because that stuff is thick as all heck and it thickens things up. So that's a little trick for you. If ever it's too loose, you could always add more tahini. We're going to put our parsley in here. We're using parsley in both this dressing and the Green Goddess. So only use some of it and reserve the rest. And what's so good about these meal prep plans and the way we save money is we use things multiple ways. So we're using the parsley in 2 ways, plus you reduce food waste because I'm not leaving you with another half of parsley, and that's just going to wilt and die in your fridge and be sad.
Esther's asking, she couldn't find fresh parsley, how much dried?
I always get that question, but they're so different. I would just do a tiny bit, or even do a little bit of like dried basil. Yeah.
Kayla LLC is saying that her sauce came out loose. Add some
Tahini.
tahini.
How you know, girl? Tahini really helps thicken it up like crazy. It's like a miracle. So I have salt, I have my maple, I have the tahini and parsley in here. We're gonna add 1 clove of garlic. So here we go. If you have pre-peeled garlic, you can do that. You guys know I love fresh garlic because the flavor is just unbeatable. So good. Okay, throw that in there.
And because you're using the immersion blender, you don't need to peel anything.
Throw it in. It's so easy. All right, juice of 2 lemons. Again, if they're sitting, woo, rolled away. If they're sitting out, they're much easier to juice because they're softer, so you can squeeze them easier. The eggs are cooking another like minute or so, and they should be good to go. What's amazing about having all this stuff for the week is that I'm gonna give the kids stuff for lunch, especially because Mike will be traveling a bit. I'll be in and out, so I think it'll be an amazing meal prep for lunches. The kids love hard-boiled eggs. They love this chicken. It's a lot of good stuff in here to send for lunches.
B. Sakal is asking if they can sell almond butter for tahini.
Yes, That's my little trick. A lot of times people have allergies to tahini. You can usually almost always replace tahini with either an almond butter or cashew butter. Crazy Richards, my little friends there, I love them. They have such amazing nut butters. They're just clean and like simple ingredients. Nuts, essentially, is what it should be. Okay, so here we go. We have our lemon juice, and then here we go, a little bit of paprika and cumin again. What we had over here, the cumin I ran out of, remember? So I'm just gonna add paprika. I'll leave the cumin out, but if you wanna add your cumin, go right ahead. You can add some pepper if you like. We're not adding any oil because there's plenty of oil in the tahini. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of water. And you could add more or less water depending on how loose or not it is. And then you're just gonna blend it. And if you wanna make it thicker, again, use your tahini. The best thing about this is that you literally just dirty one container and you're storing it in here. Makes it so easy. And you don't have to cut anything, it just does all the work for you. And it's also one little piece to clean. So it's like the best. My mom hack. A lot of mom hacks, right? A lot of mom hacks. All right. So it looks a tiny bit thick. I could add some water, but I'm just gonna leave it overnight. And a lot of times it thickens in the fridge anyways, but right before I serve it, I could always just loosen it with a little bit more water. All right? That's good to go. I'm gonna take this off just so I don't dirty everything, and yum. Oh my God, normally I would taste it, but I know it's good, so, okay. That's ready to go. Confidence, huh?
You've made it enough times.
Made it enough times, exactly. Okay, the next dressing, we're gonna make my computer's like all wet. The green goddess dressing. We're gonna check on our eggs. Okay, hang on one sec.
How do you tell if an egg is done?
There's all these different tricks, but you know after this amount of time that it's ready. You just know, but they're all these like, everyone has a different trick to making eggs, and like the best way to peel them, and you like shuck them in water. I'm gonna actually do that right now because that's the best way to cool them off completely for the fridge, and it helps peel them when you just shuck them with ice water right after they come out.
Toby W is asking, where did you get the glass containers from?
These?
Yeah.
So these are actually on prepandrally.com in the shop section. They're from Tastemade. All right, so if you head there, you'll see them in that little shop section. All my favorite meal prep essentials are there. So I have these there. What are some other things that are here? These containers, they also come in the half size I normally use for dressings as well. Lots of really good products on there, including this like great plate. I'm actually doing a takeover for Instagram this week, so I'll be showcasing a lot of those really great products as well. All right, so I'm shutting this off. How amazing that we just used the same water for 3 different things, right? Easy? Oh my God, I forgot water. Hold on. Pause. All right, so we're just same thing, blanch and shock. So y'all now you know how to blanch and shock.
And you cook the eggs for what, 8 minutes, something like
Cook
that?
them like 8 or 9 minutes or so. That way you know they're hard boiled. Usually like 6 minutes is like kind of runny-ish. 7 minutes is like a thicker runny, and then more than that is basically hard boiled. So, all right, stick them in here. Let them cool off completely. Beautiful. All right, last dressing, and then we're done. How much time do we do that in? Well, don't include the time that we had.
It's been about an hour.
Amazing. Okay, I love that so much. That makes me happy. Okay, so here we go. Last thing we're doing is we're making the green goddess dressing, which is life. It's like the greatest dressing ever. You're gonna want to drink it, and I mean that because people have told me that before. So
It does sound gross though.
it does, but it's so good. You put it on everything. And if you're subbing the fish, which a lot of people were doing for either like a steak or a different kind of fish, or even like tofu, use the same dressing. It is so stinking good. You're gonna put it on everything. You can put it on salads. You could use it as dips. My kids dunk stuff into it and they love it. So use it for whatever.
So what is this?
All right,
Leftover
more
parsley?
parsley. This is a nice green sauce, so I know it may freak some kids out, but again, if you could get them to taste at least a little bit of it, they're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, Mommy, you're so right. It's so good." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I know what's good."
You're using the immersion blender again?
Yes, same immersion blender. No need to wash it. Same thing.
Yael Dina is asking, what brand is the immersion blender?
Quinoa.
Oh,
KitchenAid. KitchenAid. All right, so I have 1 garlic clove in here. I have dill. I have parsley, a nice green sauce. Salt, peps, All right, all, again, right in the container. So easy. Let's see, what am I forgetting? Okay, so we're juicing some lemons and we're using apple cider vinegar. And I posted in my stories, we're using mayo in this recipe. I've been on the hunt for like a good mayo that like you could feel good about. And I found this in the store today. And I was kind of excited because, yeah, I'm hoping it's yummy. But it seems like it's all just clean ingredients. It's avocado oil, egg, yolks, vinegar, salt, rosemary. Like, so simple, smells good. The brand is Primal Kitchen. It actually has an OU. So, yeah, I'm excited to test it out because if you are drinking this stuff, you'll feel a lot better about drinking it if you know it's good for you. Oh, it's thick.
Saftahinda is saying she didn't see you take the leaves off
Whoa.
of the stems.
I don't. You don't really need to. I pull most of them off, but no need to like pull off all of it. Like I wouldn't put that whole thing in, but like a little bit towards the end, throw them in. It's fine.
Makeup by Lynette is asking, can she substitute cilantro for parsley?
Yeah, I love cilantro. Totally. If you like cilantro, go right ahead. Totally.
And a few people
Some
like
olive oil.
Primal Kitchen.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I've heard they're really good for like paleo diets. So not that I am, but
Rosie Amar is saying that it might be a little sour. You should taste it.
really?
The dressing.
This?
The dressing.
No
That's
way.
That's what Rosie Amar
The
is
dressing
saying.
or the?
No.
The mayo.
The mayo.
Oh, really?
The mayo's a little sour.
I probably should have tasted it before. Hold on. It is a little bit different, but definitely has a little bit of a taste. I see what you're saying. But I think in the dressing it'll be good. I totally see what you're saying.
Baruch Lickard is asking, can she skip
It has
the
a weird
apple
flavor.
cider vinegar?
Yeah, you just need some sort of like acid. So if you want to use regular vinegar or if you just want to do a little bit more lemon. But yeah, honestly, when coming up with recipes or really just getting things to taste a certain way, it all comes down to like salt, like saltiness, sweetness, what's it called?
Citric acid?
Citrus acid, thank you. So it's just kind of a mixture of all those different flavors that you need to balance. Like a lot of times like, ooh, this needs a little bit of acid, or ooh, this is too rich, it needs a little bit of a punch of this. Like you just need to kind of get a gauge of what it needs, and that comes with time, I think. Some people have like a natural knack for it, but it does come with time. If you cook enough, and you kind of get a sense of what things need.
So again, what's in here?
So parsley, dill, mayo, lemons, apple cider vinegar, salt, pepper, clove of garlic. That's it. And it's going to be nice and green and beautiful. So do you see the Tahini one isn't as green? It just has like some little specks of green. This is all green, which is why we're calling it the Green Goddess. And it's beautiful. All right. So this, you could rinse it off, but I'm not going to because there's no need to. All right. It's all the same flavors. There's just like a little bit of Tahini on it, but like that never hurt anybody. Why rinse it when you don't have to? That's my motto. All right. So here we go. Same thing, just blend it up.
Gold Sugar Confection is asking, how can I substitute?
Sorry?
How much can I substitute if I'm using frozen dill cubes?
Good question. Just do as much as you can. Make it super herby. I love it. Maybe like 5 of those little cubes or 6. I like it super herby, but totally up to you. Do as much or as little as you want. You could always put in a few and like add some more if you don't really taste enough of the dill. You could always add in more. Okay? Good? I want to know how many of you are using your kickstand tonight. Okay? Let me know if you're using it to prop up your phone. I'm curious. Ooh. Look how beautiful this color is, guys. I love it. So Mike, if it's mostly dill, will you eat it? There is some parsley, but it's mostly dill. No? No. All right. Beautiful. Okay.
SD Circus is
yum.
using the kickstand.
Yay.
Saftima is using the
Woo!
kickstand.
Hi, Saftima. Love you. That's my mom. Okay, I told you I'm gonna drink it. That's so good. So good. All right. So that concludes meal prep 3. Holy smokes, that's amazing. Chicken's coming out in 7 minutes, it says, but I'm gonna go test it with my thermometer because it could be done.
So what do we have?
That's it. That's insane.
Take us through it.
Okay. Seems a little bit messy here, but it's not even that messy, I have to say. Okay. So we have our eggs, which I'm just draining off real quick. So here we go. We got our eggs. Eggs. We have our, make sure you drain off the water for your green beans before you store them. Okay, look at all this goodness, you guys. Quinoa. We have our eggs. We have our green beans. Green goddess dressing. Potatoes. Okay, do you believe we just did this in like an hour? Okay, it's insane. You guys gotta prep with me. I'll show you how we do it. And we have this chicken here, which is not hot anymore. Okay, our chicken that's in the oven. And this, which we're gonna bake fresh mañana, okay? Guys, you should be so proud of yourself because you just totally rock this meal prep. This is my favorite meal prep to date, literally. I say that every week, but this actually is my favorite meal prep, and I know most people agree with me because the flavors are just so good, and we tested this one out last year. It was in the Yummy magazine because it was such a good one. I'm so excited to see all your posts and your pictures this week, so let me know how it goes. Let me know if you convert any non-fish eaters to fish eaters with these fish sticks. And yeah, keep me posted, keep messaging me, tagging me, sharing. I love you guys all so much, and I appreciate every single tag and post, really.
And thank you for bearing with us through our technical difficulties.
Yeah, seriously. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. That's weird. I don't know how we could avoid that. Yeah, it's never happened before. Bizarre.
Esther Grunblatt's asking the final question. Do you store the tahini in the fridge or pantry?
All in the fridge.
So everything is going to be stored in the fridge?
All in the fridge. If this is a little bit too thick tomorrow, you can always add more water to it. Or if it's too loose, you can always add tahini to it. Look at this amazing fluffy quinoa. Just seriously look at this. Okay? Look at that.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of love for the
quinoa love.
For the
okay,
quinoa.
I need to just email all the quinoa companies and tell them to listen to me. Okay? That's it, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you. Meal Prep 3 rocked it. If you're just joining us, head to peppermiley.com. Subscribe for a month. It's $11.99. Seriously, give it a shot. You could always back out if you don't like it, but you're gonna love it because it's easy, and we just did all this in an hour. Save time, save money. Love you guys.